Republic of the Philippines.
Thank you. Good evening. Please sit down. Secretary Voltaire Gasmin, Secretary Renel Mendras, Secretary Ronald Llamas, Commissioner Jimenarez, Mr. Tan Ching, President of the FFCCCII, His Excellency Liu Zhangzhao, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Dr. Lu Shutan, Dean Emeritus of the FFCCCII, Honorary Presidents of the Federation, namely Dr. Alfonso Oy, Mr. Vicente Yu, Dr. Robin C., Dr. John Tan, Mr. Jimmy Tang, Dr. Francis Chua, Mr. Gilbert Go, Honorable Mayor Alfredo Lim, awardees and representatives of the various Filipino-Chinese organizations, members of the Federation of Filipino-Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry Incorporated, fellow workers in government, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Earlier this week, I thank you for all the help you have given us, in particular for the 454 buildings of 2 classrooms each you symbolically turned over, and for your continued support for our programs. Just to reiterate my gratitude, I stand here before you again on the eve of this important occasion for your federation and for our country. Your numerous contributions are a testament to the success born out of the cooperation between the government and the private sector. And for that, 谢谢你们. I would also like to note the presence of the Chinese ambassador today. Like all neighbors, I know we may have our disagreements sometimes, but no one can deny the benefits our friendship has brought to both our countries throughout the years. Specifically, in 2010, the approved foreign direct investment contribution to the People's Republic was close to 5.7 billion pesos, more than double that of 2009. From January to March of this year, our exports to China have reached around $1.4 billion, which accounts for almost 11.5% of all Philippine exports within the period. The money our beneficial trade relationship has generated will go to projects that aim to help the many Filipinos who need the aid of good education, of proper health services, and of proper social services. So as I extend my gratitude to our trading partners, I am hopeful that they will continue to show interest in public-private partnership projects and investing in the Philippines. Tomorrow, we will be celebrating the 113th anniversary of Philippine independence. Reading our country's history gives us the understanding that the journey towards independence was rife with divisions and disagreements. Even our heroes had heated arguments on what should be done for the greater glory of this nation. Dr. Jose Rizal himself, whose 150th birth anniversary we will be celebrating a week from now, struggled with himself thinking about which path our country should take. What united our countrymen, however, was the desire for freedom, a desire for the success of the nation. Despite some of our then colonizers' attempts to exploit ethnic differences, and despite the fact that Chinese Filipinos then were treated as less than full citizens of this country, the Filipino-Chinese community still gave as much to this country as any proud citizen would. With goodwill and compassion, heroes from Ignacio Paua to Vicente Lim showed that they did not just share a place of residence with the Filipinos, but a country they all called home. I myself, as you know, have Chinese blood, and I consider myself Filipino. And if I may add, with utmost respect, I consider you tonight present not as Chinoys, but as Pinoys. To this day, the success of many Chinese Filipino enterprises and professionals in our country stand as symbols of the historic bond that the Chinese and Filipino people have shared even before the West first anchored on our archipelago's shores. Today, we see that the sense of belonging that our Chinese Filipinos heroes displayed has endured as well through, amongst others, the FFCCCII's contributions. The already large number of classrooms turned over to us earlier this week is only a small part of the total number of classrooms that over 1 million public school students have benefited from, particularly during the recent opening of classes. The total number is 8,200 classrooms nationwide, all due to the efforts of the FFCCCII under the Operation Barrio Schools project. And this, may I note, is only one of several undertakings. But perhaps even more than the economic benefits of our continued cooperation, the important thing is this, that to this day, the true manifestation of our solidarity as one Filipino people can be seen in the presence of the Chinese Filipinos here today, people of Chinese descent who have chosen to call themselves Filipino. Make no mistake about it. We recognize that everything you have given this country, from classrooms to equipment for our fire brigades, was not given as outsiders looking in. You gave them as part of a community. You gave them as true-blooded Filipinos. We are citizens of one country, and time and again, we have proven this through our actions. Different people, different groups, and different efforts, all united by the same desire, the same love for country. This continues to be at the heart of the success we have and will enjoy. If our trade partnerships with China have generated revenue that can be used to improve the lot of both of our peoples, so too have the local efforts of the FFCCCII contributed to this cause. We all have a role to play in the success we seek for ourselves and for our countries. Whenever we face divisiveness or disagreements, I call on all of us to go back to the reason as to why we are embarking on these endeavors to strengthen our partnerships in the first place. Whether they be with other nations or with private organizations such as yours, it is the simple desire to make better lives for our people. And our efforts so far have shown that we are indeed making progress. Let us continue along this path to create partnerships characterized by continued dialogue and a culture of mutual respect for our historic and our current partners. May this Independence Day allow us to hark back to the ideals that once united us and continue to unite us. And may this inspire us to work closely with one another even more under the clear light of day. Thank you for this opportunity to have addressed you. Happy Independence Day. Good evening to each and everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We request everyone to please take your respective seat now.